Hello everyone and welcome to my new video. And what is this video about? Well, I'm back with another array of novel and some might say stupid ways of how to generate sound and musical ideas using Ableton. In particular, on this occasion, I want to look at how I can create percussive patterns and sequences from sounds that are otherwise not percussive at all. And I'm going to do that by sampling my voice, chucking a load of effects in it. And I'm going to do all of this using only the session view and audio clips and the Beats Warp algorithm, which is incredibly flexible and very good for whatever it is that I'm about to do. Which is, I'm essentially going to superimpose transients into sounds when they don't exist, when they don't have any. So before we get started, I think we should probably get familiar on what a transient is. And a transient is transient in acoustics. In acoustics and audio, transient high amplitude, short duration sound that brings away from the whatever. Basically, it's the point at which a sound stops being silent and then starts to sound. So if you imagine a kick drum sample, here we go. I've pulled in a kick drum sample. If I turn on Beats algorithm, Ableton has kind of decided, though you can't see, that the transient of this sample is in fact here, roughly around here. This is silence, and then the sound starts to happen. That is the point at which the transient happens. So if I was to, say, for example, sample a bit of myself into Ableton right now. Hello, I'm sampling myself into Ableton. Isn't it nice? We're having a very nice time. And then we stopped that and looked at it. You can see all of these little grey triangles all the way along the waveform. And what Ableton has done has intelligently decided that that is the transient in that sound. So if we go right in, we can kind of see, yeah, this line going through the middle, that is zero, silence, nothing. And what it's decided is that at that point there was no sound. And so it's inserted a transient to tell us that a sound is about to happen. And from that point all the way along, we can see that sound continues until it comes to a bit of a dead stop there. So that's transients. Or at least these are the transients that Ableton has spotted, identified when using the Beats Warp algorithm. So this is very interesting. To start with, already, if I started playing this clip, I'm sampling myself into Ableton. Isn't it nice? We're having a very nice time. And then we stop and that. I'm sampling myself into Ableton. Isn't it nice? We're having a very nice time. And then we stopped that. So shut up, me. Right, okay. So if we look at this preserve thing here, we've got all of these options. The way the Beats Warp algorithm works is that it places these markers in, and then it allows you to shape and transpose the sound from one transient to the next. And it does that in a couple of ways. You can do it by transients, which are these little grey triangles, or you can do it in musical measures like this, which we're going to look at later. And then there are these options here. This first one means that from the point at which it triggers a transient, when it gets to the end of the transient, it'll stop. With this one, it'll get to the end and then loop the last little bit of it to fill in the gap. And with this one, it'll get to the end and start looping the last little bit to fill in the gap, but we'll do it in a forwards and backwards motion. And then we've got this kind of transient shaper here. So if I play this clip again and pull that down, I'm sampling myself into Ableton. Isn't it nice? We're having a very nice time. And then we stopped that. Get that very uncomfortable, choppy, gated sound. We're having a very nice time. And then we stopped that. Okay. Okay, isn't that nice? So I'm not going to rely on Ableton to detect the transients for me on this occasion. I'm actually going to put them in myself, and I'm going to do it in a musical way to generate some interesting sounds. So I'm going to start with, I'm going to put some effects on my voice. Let's see what we've got here. Let's do the spectral resonator here. Put that in there. Come on, put it in there. Put it there. Right, okay. I'm going to monitor this. Maybe. I'm going to turn down my. Okay. Yeah. So let's make some nice sounds with this. Put the resonators on here. Let's put some of these up a little. Wow. That's a bit much. Another one here. frightening, actually. Maybe I need to pull that decay down there on that. Hello. Let's go down to C. And then. Wow. I think it's because got some feedback going on with the way I've got this set up. Anyway, let's just go with it. And then let's do the spectral time. Spectral time here. Let's set an interval, something like this. Yeah, that's cool. And then let's get the hybrid reverb. Set this to shimmer. Okay, I'm going to record a little bit of me making some dreadful singing sounds. Okay, I've gone on way too long. That's way too long. Okay. Ow. Goodness me. Get rid of that. Okay, right. Woo. Yeah, bit of feedback stuff going on there. Right, let's listen to that, see how that came out, see what that's like. Yeah, that's all right. Bit spooky. Okay, it definitely gets a little bit better at the last 4 bars, so let's loop that bit. So you can see that it's trying to put in some transients, but I don't want those, so I'm going to delete them all. And maybe, yeah, I'll crop this. Let's crop this sound. Okay, let's listen to what we have now. Okay, so when you click in here, you can actually move around. Can you hear I'm moving with the keyboard? Yeah, so you can move around the clip editor with your keyboard. So I'm going to move around and I'm going to decide I want a transient at the start. So I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut, Command-Shift-I. And then if I move along to this one and do Command-Shift-I and move along, you can see it's put in a little transient there. I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to do another one here. And I'm just going to do it in some very arbitrary places. Is that the word? Maybe like one here and then some here and then maybe a couple of 16th notes here and another one here. And you know, it's all gonna be worth your time, I promise. Let's just, you can't really, the thing is, this is stupid. This was a terrible idea. Why did I think this was, I promise it's gonna be good. We're just doing a little bit of rave data entry. Okay, let's put some more in here and a couple more, and then we'll just do a couple of 16th notes on the end. Right, okay, so I've just stuck in a load of transients in very sort of musical ways. I could have just sort of gone to a point like that and gone right click and gone insert transient or whatever, but I thought using the keyboard would feel a little bit quicker. Okay, so let's play that. Let's play that clip. Okay, let's switch this to transients. Well, it's on transients anyway. And let's set this to the forward only preserve, whatever that means. Let's actually just find out what it means. Transient loop mode. Off, each segment plays it to its end and then stops. Yes, that's what I want. So as I start to dial this down now, we'll hear the percussive nature of it being superimposed. Okay, let's go up to something a bit fast. Let's go to 160. Sounds pretty cool to me. Yeah. All right, okay, let's try and do some more stuff. Let's see if we can make like a kind of hi-hat. I won't use my voice this time because that feedback is obviously going to be a bit of a problem. So I'm going to trash that microphone channel, make a new track here, and I'll go for my favorite, start with the vinyl distort. No, I'm not going to do that this time. Let's use the echo and let's go to character. Let's turn on the noise and increase the amount. This is all right. And then let's get an auto filter in and just high pass this. Okay, and maybe let's get another filter in and do like the, yeah, very gentle, sort of notchy, high passy, noisy thing. Right, I'm going to record a little bit of that. Am I? It was pretty quiet. Let's maybe turn it up a bit. Let's increase the output here, maybe. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay, let's record that now. Okay, that'll do. 3 bars of that noise. Trash those now. And this one, we can just very quickly sort of go in and say, just give us a 16th note transient preserve, and we'll just pull down. There we go. Let's hear it with our first thing. There we go. I can hear music coming. The music is coming towards us. It's coming over the hills. We're gonna be in a song soon. It's gonna be very exciting. Celebration guzzle. Okay. Now, you might be thinking, oh, that's already getting a little bit repetitive. Don't worry, I'm going to address that later. Let's crack on. Let's try and do a kick drum. So let's do the same thing. Let's get some noise in here. Let's go with the echo again. Let's turn those off. Let's go to the character, turn the noise on, turn the amount up, and let's get a limiter in here, and we're gonna low pass this. Okay, let's duplicate that. There we go. Very quiet, but let's go for 60. Okay, we've got a very, very, very low rumble there. We're going to need to do something about that. Let's maybe try and saturate it a little bit, see if we can. That's a little wibbly wobbly woo. Oh, that was good. Yes, sample that, quick, sample it now, sample it, quick, do it. Look at that, beautiful. Okay, we're going to keep that. We're going to go up a little bit. Let's try 70. Yeah, okay. Let's duplicate, let's group those. Make another chain here. Gosh, that was loud. I apologize. This noise is not great. Let's bring in the vocoder here. Okay, let's sample that. All right, goodness me. Right. That was a bit frightening, wasn't it? But it's all right, we've done it now. So now we can treat this but this is 2 bars. Oh, that's not very long, is it? Okay, that's fine. Let's just go with it. So let's make, let's go into 8th notes on this. And see, or do we want 16th notes actually? Let's go for 16th notes. Let's do a transient here, and a transient here, and here. As a starting point, let's see what that's like. Yeah. I'm gonna try and do a footwork thing, but I'm so old, I don't even know if I'm doing it right. Maybe delete that one. Yeah, and then maybe one here, something a bit like this. Okay, and then let's see what we can do with this snare. Okay, we need to put transient here, and then let's try, oh, you can see it's put one in there. We don't want that one. All right, and let's put one here. Let's set it to that, pull that down. Now, for some reason, it sort of has this transient here at the start, which I can't get rid of. But we'll just leave it in. We can even go up a bit in pitch. Yeah. Okay, I want to put more kick drums in here. Okay, we don't want one there, no, do it. That's pretty bad. Oh my God. Yeah, that'll do. Something like this. Anyway, it's gonna get more interesting later. Okay, so now we've kind of got a track. Well, not a track, but the beginnings of it. We've kind of got a groove. And we can put more snares in here if we want. Let's go to 16ths, and we can say put like a couple more in. So it's sort of like the thing I like about it is that I quite like sometimes my drums to have a little bit of they evolve a little bit. They kind of mutate over time. You know, their timbre sort of shifts and moves around as they're kind of doing their thing. And this is just sort of like I thought this was kind of a quicker way to do it, rather than sort of sampling a very long sound that's got lots of stuff going on in it. Fucking hell. And then like sequencing it with a sampler and using MIDI and stuff. You can just draw in where you want the transients to be and then pull that thing down. That sounds good. And then, you know, if we want to beef up the kick a little bit, stick drum bass on. And a bit of boom. If we want to beef up the snare a little bit, we can like chuck a bit of overdrive on it. And maybe a bit of drum bass on that as well. So these hi-hats, I was kind of thinking, what if we could maybe add some sort of like open and closed choky hi-hat thing in there by using follow actions. So we've got one clip here. Let's rename this to hat. And we'll take a duplicate of this one, and then this one will give a different preserve time of say 1/8. And maybe we'll open up the gate a little bit here, this transient thing here, whatever that is, transient shaper. Let's see what it actually says. Transient envelope. Okay, fine. And then we'll kind of experiment with using follow actions here to kind of get them to move between one and the other. So let's say go next, and this one can go previous. This one can go for, let's say 3, whatever that is, 3 beats. And this one can go for 2 beats, and we'll get a slightly weird sort of shift in rhythm. And we'll set legato one so that they kind of continuously, you know, the playhead is lined up. Let's see what that's doing now. Okay, that's not happening as often as I would like. So let's actually pull it down, right down to like, There we go. That sounds kind of cool. Maybe even pitch those up a little bit. We can select both those clips at the same time and pitch them up. But I will maybe do something interesting with this kick drum. So I'm going to do the same sort of thing here. Let's duplicate this kick drum. Let's just call this kick. Whoopsie, no, not that one. Let's go to this one. Kick. Oh, well, actually, just duplicate this one, right? And then this one, I'll open the envelope a little bit more. Let's maybe go up to 40. And do a similar thing here with the follow action. Let's maybe turn follow action on. Let's just leave it at next. I think on this occasion, let's try something like they both go for 1. Okay, we need legato on. There, you can already hear how it's just got a little bit of more feel to it. We're opening and closing the decay of the transient on the clip, on the audio clip. Let's maybe just try slightly different. Like an octave up. Oh, that's an octave down. Okay, not that great. Maybe I'll put some, I'll just put a little bit of delay on maybe. Now let's group all of those and then drum bust them like a complete idiot. Actually, no, I'm not going to drum bust it this time. I'm going to use the glue. Let's pull in the glue. Let's just try this. On it, see what it'll do. Ned Effects is available from Isotonic Studios. I'll stick a link in the thing, or the thing is just The snare sounds pretty good. I'm quite pleased with the snare. Okay, that'll do. So there you go. That was something I thought of a couple of hours ago whilst I was watching television that I thought I would share with you. Whether you think that that's of any value or not, I don't know, and I don't really care. But if you I don't know. I just thought it was kind of fun. You just sort of draw in the transient and then pull that down, and then you've got like drum sounds, really. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I think particularly sort of chopping up pads could be kind of nice. And indeed, making snare drums. I think that snare drum sounds pretty good. Oh, it's got all those effects on. Let's turn those off. Net Effects is available. I'll stick a link in the description. I think that snare sounds pretty good to me. And then if I wanted more of them, I would just draw in another transient like that. Just put that there. Yeah. Okay, there you go. So try that yourself. Record some long sounds that don't have any percussive elements to them at all, and draw in some transients and turn them into little percussion bits. Okay, I'm going to go and put this on my Patreon now, where if you would like to support me there, you can do that and download loads of stuff. Loads and loads and loads of stuff. And I hope you have a very nice time. I hope you enjoyed this. And it's way past my bedtime. I should go now. Okay. Thank you for watching, everyone. See you next time. Bye.